Rayland and Selena, you stay on board. Oh, actually...
How does that work, Captain?
Yes, I seem to have made a fatal flaw in my logic. I require you to pilot the ship.
Yeah, you all went down, and I think he stayed in the shuttle last time, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Selena, you stay on board the ship with our new friend.
She nods.
I'll keep a laser rifle close by and stay in the same room as her.
Don't make any moves on her unless she outwardly tries to hurt you. I respect your thinking, though. Okay, let us depart.
Okay, so Raylan takes you down to the surface. You're only taking Jimmy's cryopod, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So you land. Again, docking fee is paid for. And you see Mr. Pavel along with the unloading crew and two other gentlemen with him. And
would you like to make introductions again, or shall I speak directly?
And as soon as you get out, he goes up to you, Albert. Shakes your hand.
Hello, Pavel. It's a pleasure seeing you again, good sir.
Mr. Eastfield, how are you?
I'm incredibly good. We have succeeded in our mission.
Good. No troubles, I assume.
We ran into a little bit of trouble. There's a group of people called the New Truth Movement, actually.
I see.
Am I there?
Yeah, we are in the shuttle.
The ship,
okay,
they
so
are
when
just outside the shuttle. So
when it says that, I point to my chest, like where.
Oh yes, you can see our pilot was damaged quite a bit.
I'm very, very sorry to hear that. I did not know that those people would make a move on the ship.
Well, things happen. I understand this. You have your ideas on how things were supposed to go, and this is the way it turned out. I think we have what you want. We have a pod, and it has life signs.
That's excellent news indeed. Anything else you found in the ship?
Well, you told us that we would have salvaging rights after we had successfully found you the pod. So at the moment, we didn't do anything. We just brought you the pod.
Of course. May I see the pod, please?
Here it is.
And he goes up into the cargo hold where the crew is working to get the pod out. He looks at it, nods to himself, starts writing down some notes in Russian. He's mumbling to himself in Russian, and he then nods and says, "This will do. This will do, Mr. Eastfield. Thank you very much."
You have anything else?
Of course, I have your payment.
And a contract for salvaging rights.
Indeed.
And
please, let us get out of this damn cold.
For the moment, just stand in the ship. It's heated.
If you wish. You guys get into the lander. He gives you guys the 20K as promised. And he chops up a contract to where you have scavenging rights, where you can scavenge up to 100 tons of material from the Sydney.
Cool.
Nice. So, do we have to salvage this ourselves?
If you have an a crew for it, yes, which would be cheaper. Though salvaging a ship is always a lengthy business, sir, as the cooperative knows very well. We have very professional crews that deal with that. If you wish, we could make a deal and we would help you salvaging your part of the ship.
How much did you say the part that we would be having was?
You can, and he points to the contract. As you can see, you can scavenge up to 100 tons of material from the ship known as Sydney.
Does this include mechanical parts or just
anything?
Or cyborgs, or additional people we never mentioned. Yeah.
How about we sell you back half of this contract for, I don't know, what's a good price for that kind of, what I mean, how much would you give us if you were to be doing all this salvage work for us?
You were asking him?
Yeah.
He says that for 100 tons of material from a ship, a crew from the cooperative would be paid their standard salaries, with an increase in 1%, of course, for dangerous work.
Yes, the ship was dangerous. So
my estimate from 100 tons of material, of ship material, sold in the open market is at about 50,000 credits, 70,000, depending on who's most interested. Depends on how you sell it. Mainly.
So somewhere around 50k.
Yes. Between 50 and 70,000 credits.
How about?
Though from there you would need to take the work, the cost of the operation.
I quickly say, give me a second. I'll just go into the cockpit. So as in like a closed cockpit, and hope that Mapachine's there with Raylan. No, Leech, Raylan. Yeah, all you guys. And I say, we can get between 50 and 75k if we play our cards right. How about we say that we'll take 45k and let him have the rest of the contract? So we don't touch it at all.
So we don't have to do anything. Just be like, we'll take what the contract's worth and you go salvage it yourself or something? What do you mean?
Yes, that's exactly it. Unless you want to have the extra work of cutting up a ship for the next few episodes.
No. A crew would do it.
The only thing we might consider pulling out ourselves is the nav computer. Because with that cyborg's help, we might be able to actually get that out of the bridge.
Wait, Earth's been lost, hasn't it? Like, nobody
Yes.
knows where it is. Well, I'm pretty sure that ship knows where it is. So, that would be, like, prime get number 1, yes?
Yeah, the nav computer, right?
Yeah. So we find a location to Earth.
I kind of thought that we'd go there with the crew. You know, like they would actually do the work. We'd tell them what to take apart or whatever, but like
basically,
they would do.
You want to hire a
grunt
crew
work.
and just make them do all the stuff, yeah.
Yeah, except for the only thing I think we should consider pulling out ourselves is the advanced nav computer. Because that cyborg will likely know how to disassemble it. and it's worth probably the most of any single component. And it doesn't weigh, like its free mass is 0, so it's not like a huge bulky object.
Right.
Yeah. And like I said, if it knows where Earth is, that's like cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yeah, exactly. And just its base cost on a cruiser is 250,000, so...
So, okay then. We'll take this and we'll hire a crew and we'll go and strip this ship.
Yep.
Okay. I guess
Once
you come back to...
I come back and say thank you very much. We'll be making our
Pavel.
way back there very soon.
Very well, Mr. Eastfield. If you require a crew of expert ship, of expert shipmen, the cooperative will always provide.
Very good. We'll call you if we require this. It'll probably be within the next month or so that we get in contact with you.
Very
We
well,
have some
very
other
well.
things to deal with on Cardice, Gunhild, and Yulia. However the name of the place is
Ilaria.
called. Ilaria.
It's hilarious.
He says, very well, Mr. Eastfield. I hope we do business again very soon.
If you have any other contracts that you'd like to discuss with us at any point, you have our contact details.
I will keep you in mind.
Good. I'm a pleasure that we're both pleased with the outcome of this venture.
Me as well. Thank you. And he leaves the lighter. While inside the ship, Selena, you just see Natasha walking off.
I just point the laser at my father and say, "Where in the hell do you think you're going?"
Look at your ship, and she continues walking.
I just say, "Freeze."
She doesn't freeze. She keeps walking. And she just turns her head towards you and says, tell me, what is the price of an AI in a backwater frontier world?
I'm pretty sure it's more than me losing my life because the AI decides to destroy our ship.
I have no capabilities of flying a ship. Do not worry.
He says you need to fly it. You can just blow it up. And I would prefer greatly if you waited here until the rest of the crew returned.
Don't worry, I won't go very far. And she just keeps going.
Okay, well, you know the door is locked, right? So she can't literally just walk out the door, right? Like, I would have locked the door.
Can unlock it. She'll try to unlock it.
Of course she can, okay. Alright, so I just go up to her and, like, push her away and go, no.
Do not talk to me as if I am a child, please. I am probably older than you and the whole crew put together.
That's great.
That's why we needed to trick her into giving us her programming interface so we could turn her off.
Stop acting like a child and sit there patiently and wait for the rest of my crew to return.
Isn't it human nature to be curious?
You're not human.
Though I can simulate one very well.
Here's a newsflash.
Why do you wear that mask?
I'm not human either, so I don't have to be curious.
Oh, you're an alien.
Yes.
I see. What species? Is it any species known to the Terran Mandate?
I don't know what was known to your people before you destroyed the galaxy, so sit right back down there.
We did not destroy the galaxy.
That's not what everybody else thinks.
I see. What kind of alien are you?
None of your business, android. Now, sit back down or I'll shoot you.
She just smirks and sits down on her pod.
Yeah, I just lean against the panel, blocking her view from it, and just point at her and say nothing.
So eventually you guys get back to the ship.
Mm-hmm. Go back into the cargo hold.
Mm-hmm.
See that they're looking quite uncomfortable together.
Well, Selena is a mask, and Natasha is like, yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
She has a smile on her face.
Okay, well, they walk in and speak. I hope there hasn't been too much trouble, has there, Selena?
I just look back at you through my mask and go, no trouble.
Good. We've completed our mission. We have our pay, we have our salvage rights, and if we choose to, we can either go and get a crew to do this salvaging. It can be between 50 and 75k, or we can go to Gunhild, see about getting these people defrosted, and proceed upon some form of task. It would probably be better to get them defrosted first. Do you not think?
Whatever you say, Captain.
The process could take a long time, so maybe it's best if we start it.
Was our mechanical friend here any trouble while we were down on the surface?
No trouble.
Were you any trouble?
Do I look like I'm trouble?
Hard to tell under the mask.
And that's the way it's going to stay.
Trust, though.
Natasha.
Yes, sir?
We have much to talk about. For the moment, I'll show you to a room where you can stay. It's better that you stay there alone and not venture around the ship until we have had time to talk more. What do you think about defrosting your compatriots in the tubes? There is a place with a high level of technology, the highest in the region. It's called Gunhild. Do you think they would have the technology to do it? I'll show you some data on our computers if you need to know.
She says, "Oh, that must be how the Glodanus planet called." Very well, I will follow you, Captain.
Good. We'll have no trouble here.
Leech will sort of pull Mapachin aside and talk to her about us setting up the android's room so that it doesn't have any sort of computer or electrical access to the rest of the ship.
Why?
She's an AI.
And? Her ship's
Unbraked AIs can basically do like fucking anything, assuming she isn't braked.
Braked basically means they're like under human control.
Broken then? Like a horse?
Yeah, it's like they cannot evolve to superhuman levels of intelligence and be all like evil AI, ha ha ha, Break the AIs are under control.
Well, don't you think AIs only perform actions that are logical, right?
She could decide that our ship should be doing something else and take control of it.
Mm.
And in order to take control of it, she has to kill us all in our sleep. It's
Why don't we just sell her then? Then
Yeah.
she's someone else's fucking problem.
But until we get her off the ship, I think she should always have someone with them or with her. And anytime she's by herself in a room, we should have her room isolated from the rest of the ship.
She's
Faraday
Harriel's
cage.
GM PC. I don't think we can sell her.
You can do whatever you want. You could.
How do you break
If you
an AI?
want, you can go back and kill Pavel right now.
We
This
crashed
isn't-
the ship into Gunhill screaming, "Woo!"
You can do that. You can do whatever you want. Think of this as like Skyrim, but your actions matter.
We point the Alpha and the Omega at Gunhill, the planet blows up, right?
It's not that
You
simple.
cross the streams and all hell breaks loose.
Don't cross the streams.
But yeah, we totally could just sell her.
You guys are on Cardice. Your ship has no fuel, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
So
No
you gotta
fuel?
refuel. From Gunhill to Cardice, you spend 2 units. Quote unquote 2 units.
Okay, I
Then we
have,
refill.
I
And
have
then-
no like
and you
concept
refuel.
of the fuel, so
A jump takes fuel from the spike drive.
right. But I don't know like our maximum or how much we currently
Your
have or
max
how much
is
we
2
used
fuel.
to any of this.
Your max is 2 fuel. 1 jump takes 1 fuel. You have 2 fuel because of the bunkers, which allows you to do 2 jumps before needing to refuel.
Wow, that's pretty shitty.
Means you gotta be strategic about your jumps.
Means you have to refuel every time you go somewhere.
Into backwater planets, especially. You gotta make sure you can come back.
So let's refuel here.
Again, refueling is 100 per rating of the spike drive and times 2 because this is a frigate.
And what? Even more because we have bunkers?
Yes, twice that. It's 800 to refuel completely.
Okay, so should we say we're doing that?
Yeah.
Did we have any left, or are we literally refilling fully?
You emptied when you came back from Ilaria.
Okay, well, 800 it is. Someone write that down. I take it we've refilled the oxygen. Or do we need to do something special for that?
Life support needs to be refueled as well. Once you feel the need to, because you do have a lot of it.
Okay, we're good for the moment. I say on to Gunhild then.
What else? Oh, you also need to pay your ship's monthly payment and maintenance.
Okay, so before we got...
And you can do it on Cardice. NTL4, you can do that.
Okay. What did you say? Sorry, I was trying to work out a number in my head.
I just said that any TL4 planet, you can just pay off the month
Okay.
and the maintenance.
How much is a month in maintenance?
A month is 11,650.
Well, we got...
And you got paid 20k.
Yeah, and we had 2,600 before. So take 800 away from that, so 21,000.
You don't have to do
800.
all these numbers, Phil. I've got it in a spreadsheet.
Okay, so we have what? How much money then? So if we
Well,
pay off...
Harriel, you were saying 11,650 is the monthly payment, right? And then there's something for maintenance. Were you going to
Maintenance
say?
is 4,854. It's in the ship's handout. The pricey ship.
We have 5,296.
Well, divide that by 5.
$1,059.2.
I'd say, here you go, this is the money we earned from this run. I know it isn't much, but paid for the ship this month, and we're going to be going to Gunhild and hopefully get some more money.
Sorry, how much was it? Oh,
1,000, there you go.
1,059.
Do you just ignore the 0.2 credits or...
Round up.
Okay, so 1060.
Makes it easier. There's no coins in space.
Okay, when Albert says that and gives me like the money, I just look angrily at him and point to my chest. Maybe I should get some compensation, Captain.
How much money do we all get, sorry?
1,060.
Damn, we working for nothing.
You're working for adventure.
You're working for bad.
We haven't sold these other crew members. I mean, revived these other crew members yet.
Mutiny.
Yeah, if we can get the nav computer, that's gonna be a lot too.
Okay, off to Gunhild then.
Okay.
Okay, so he just ignores me. Okay, so I
Wait,
swear in Spanish.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
Whatever.
Can you actually swear in Spanish, Chris?
Bastardo.
Muy bien, muy bien.
Cabrón.
Hijo de puta.
Maricón.
Yes, yes. Let the hatred fall through you.
Yeah,
Right.
I said perhaps we'll be able to give you some more afterwards. At the moment, you look pretty fully healed to me. I know you might have some tatter in your combat uniform, but
He still swears and just like starts the navigation. Oh shit.
You nail it. 6 days to Gunhill. And you guys have 6 days of doing whatever the fuck. It is the 7th of February when you arrive at Gunhill. Chinga tu madre. So, 6 days. And you have an AI on board. A very curious
How much fuel
AI
did we
on
spend
board.
just then?
1 unit fuel.
okay. So I say, well, I make sure that like Natasha's in her room and not with us. I say to everyone, okay, so what do you think? Do you think we sell the AI and all of these crew members, or shall we just try and get rid of the crew after we've revived them, or keep them on board for their knowledge?
Any of those things sound good, really. I mean, I wouldn't want to sell them without being able to talk to them first.
Yes, we'd have quite a bit of knowledge, which we can sell for an even higher price.
Exactly.
I guess reviving them safely is going to take some expensive medical care. Maybe we should try to salvage the expensive components off of that ship and then use that money to revive them.
This would have been good if before we gone to Gunhild from Cadice.
Yeah, I mean, the process, because they've been frozen for so long, they're going to need a lengthy recovery time. That's why I thought, we get that started, then go salvage, blah, 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 and then come back to see how they're doing.
Perhaps we can go to Gunhild and find out if there is anyone that would even be able to do this procedure in the first place, because if we don't have that, then there's no point in doing these at all.
Leech, you do know someone that's capable of doing this.
Yeah, the guy that we
On
worked
Gunhild.
for. Yeah.
Just a heads up, I have to go a bit early today, so I have to leave in like 10 or so minutes. Okay? You can keep going without me, it's fine.
Yeah, I know somebody who could potentially revive them. They have pre-tech medical facility.
Oh.
But I don't know what they would charge, so.
Perhaps if you give us the introduction, they might be able to charge less.
It's possible.
Would you get in contact with them? Don't give them too much information on what we need, but tell them someone's been in a tube more than 10 years, and we require their aid in reviving them.
Robot. Furthermore, would we be able to find someone who knows how to break an AI? Because if we could break her, we could keep her. If we can't break her, we could just sell her.
I don't know.
So
Do
Leech,
you know someone?
I don't even know what kind of person would know how to do that. I'm a
Jimmy
criminal.
would.
I'm a criminal.
Jimmy would know how to break the fuck out of an AI.
I was afraid
Just-
she was already broken.
it's better to have an unbroken AI.
You were saying an unbroken AI can do anything they want and kill us in our sleep and blah blah blah.
Yes.
You think it's better to have that?
Everyone knows what, the horror stories around AIs and that they cause the scream and blah blah blah, and unbreaked AIs can be very dangerous because they take so much information. They're like a kid, but all the time. They absorb a lot of information. And without the proper guidance, they can go bad.
We just have to teach it like good manners. I was taught good manners. I can teach it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I like the
Well-
sarcasm.
Well, anyway, Leech, would you like to get in contact with your contact on Goonhild?
Do you want to do the 6 days first? Talking with Natasha,
Oh, okay.
or just
I love
skip
the
to
way-
Gunhill?
Natasha's name is Natasha in Lead Speak.
Yes, that's the point. I'm not a very subtle person. I play tank in Shadowrun. God damn it, she's not the most subtle of people.
So what? We haven't actually gone to Goonhild yet.
You're in transit. You have 6 days of discussion or role playing. Doing whatever you want in the ship. Raylan, what do you do in those 6 days? What do you usually do when you are in transit?
I say Raylan would probably follow Natasha around a bit, just looking at her, because he likes tech and stuff, so... Yeah.
Natasha, she obviously knows you're watching her, and, she doesn't seem to mind it. She just keeps to herself, looking around, analyzing, like, the architecture of the ship. And once in a while, she turns back to you and says, these ships are much different from what the Mandate used to build. The hallway seems so inefficient.
Yes, I agree.
So yeah, whenever she's allowed to roam, she just shares these little quips with you. Napachin.
Yeah, well, I'd like to speak to Natasha, and not in a threatening or confrontational way, just, very curious. What your mission failed. Your original ship is not operational anymore. So what are your directives? What is your mission now?
She shrugs and says, I don't know. My mission is to keep the ship running, and that's what I was doing until you pulled me out of there. I kept those people safe.
Yes, you did. Will they be safe without you?
I don't know. Once in a while, I managed to trap one of the burnouts and just watch as they died of thirst in an empty hallway. But Most of the time, I just guided those people away from the insane MES carriers.
Did you know about then the bunch of people that were outside the armory? You were aware of their existence
Yes, I
and their
was.
presence, yeah.
That was their main gathering place.
There was also some camp of sorts set up in the bridge that was cleared away when we returned to the ship.
Yes, the burnouts usually. Some of them manage to retain some form of intelligence.
They set up the camp.
Yes. They are the ones that prefer to roam in the unpressurized areas while their suits hold.
What do you think will happen to the people outside the armory? What's the point?
They will die. I'm not there to protect them. My mission was to protect them.
Even if you were, what's the point?
I was told to protect them. That was my order.
I saw the way they were living.
They were surviving.
That's all they were doing.
I was protecting them.
Until what?
You pulled me away.
They deplete. Well, no, until they deplete their resources, or what?
The ship is advanced enough to recycle its resources.
So
it
they
could feed a planet. It could feed a planet in peak performance.
They could then survive there for generations and generations.
Yes,
if it weren't for
you
the
pull me
MES.
away, so I cannot protect them. They will
I
die.
realize, and please don't say it was me personally who did it.
I'm not saying it's you personally.
Yes, use a plural you. English lacks a plural you.
Yeah. Sucks.
Y'all.
Y'all pulled me away.
Y'all pulled me
Reprogram
away.
Natasha to be a southerner. Speak with a Southern American accent. Do you know how many of the healthy were on board? Was there only that colony that we saw, or were there other pockets of them elsewhere in the ship?
I gotta head off now, so
Bye.
good luck with everything else.
Mark
Yeah.
yourself up
Yeah.
with 700 XP.
Me? Okay.
Yeah, everyone basically. Just do it while you're here.
Where do you put experience then? Oh, there. Okay. Alright, talk to you guys later.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. See ya.
So the number of people, she says there were exactly 72 people
72 people.
not infected with MES.
Okay. Do you know how many with MES there were remaining before we extracted you?
153.
Good to know. Just curious.
Yes, curiosity is a very human trait, one that seems to be denied to me just because I'm made of metal.
Yeah, well, you can't pick your companions all the time, can you? Sometimes you're just
Unfortunately.
thrust into a situation, aren't you?
Nice teaching.
Yes. Good talk, Mapachi.
Yeah, I'll be seeing you around. I gotta things now. Gotta
Leech.
do things.
What are you up to in the 6 days of transit to Gunhild?
Do we have like a shooting range on board?
I believe so. You have like
Just roll down a window and shoot at the stars.
yeah, just shoot at the stars. I would believe so. You have the armory has one.
Yeah, I'd just be practicing with one of the cheaper weapons to operate, maybe like a
A
rifle or a pistol or something, yeah. Yeah, he just spends his days like, training, keeping his skills sharp, occasionally working out, jogging around the ship.
Girl, look at that body.
Yeah. Once in a while, you find like Natasha. In one of the times she's allowed to roam, she's just observing you shooting and running around, taking in the information. But she doesn't say anything.
Yeah, I give her the "I'm watching you" fingers.
She looks at you curiously, looks at her hand, and repeats the gesture, but without any of the intent behind it. She just repeats it like a robot. Albert, finally.
Okay. As the captain of the ship, I believe that I'd probably go and speak to each of the crew members, and find out how their interactions with Natasha has been. Pretty much not really getting anything from Leech and Raylan. What does Mappuccine say to me about their interaction? Do you tell me all the things you said, or what?
Well, it depends what you ask.
Oh, how's your dealings with Natasha been?
Amiable? We seem to be on good terms. I'm not fool enough to trust her, beyond what I've been advised, so, there's that, but I'm neutral towards her. Don't go thinking I've bonded with her or anything. I'll sell her if it's the best course of action. I don't see how she could possibly be useful to us as she is.
I imagine she knows quite a bit.
Yes, but until she's fully under our command, isn't she a liability?
Same could be said about each of you.
My man.
If I had the opportunity to break each of you and have you completely under my will, would I want that? I'm not so sure.
I'm not so sure that under your command is necessarily the safest place for us anyway. Given your history of captaining a ship and a crew.
The last crew, it's fine. That was my first captaincy. This is my second. Completely different. I had a cracker which said that things would be much better this time.
A little piece of paper inside a cracker?
Yes.
Well, I feel lucky, but I'm just saying.
The thing is, if we have one of these unbroken AIs, and it seems unbroken, we should just make sure we teach it exactly what we need to.
Are any of us qualified to... Oh, yeah, it's learning from us. It's
Would you
learning,
say that
definitely,
you're a bad person?
I would say I'm just doing what I was born to do. In a way, I'm kind of a robot, just executing the commands that were programmed into me.
Yes, and you do exactly what you have been programmed to do. So that's how we must deal with Natasha. She is another person, and we must teach her to be what we need her to be.
Okay, but when you talk about breaking an AI, I'm assuming
We're not
that's
going
a
to break
process.
the AI.
No, we're not going to.
We hope she already has a break on her, but I'm afraid that she's unbraked.
Can someone make sense, please?
Brake is like, when you're driving a car, you hit your brake to slow down.
Okay. So
So-
not brake like a horse.
Yeah, AIs are supposed to have brakes in them that basically keep them from doing ridiculous shit.
Okay.
Keep
Yeah,
them
so
safe,
there's
right?
limits that they have or something.
Yeah, if you remove the brakes, then their only limit is basically the hardware they're running in.
Okay. And to re-brake them is a
Or
special
break
process.
them for the first
Or
point.
yeah, or that is a
I would
special
guess it's
process
a-
that requires a professional, or what? Just teach it
Yeah.
manners by leading by example?
I would guess it's a lot easier to put brakes on an AI when it's first being created.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably pretty difficult once it gets free.
This one's been around for 200 years.
So yeah, it would be unfortunate if it didn't have brakes and decided to fuck with us.
Okay, Leech, what do you want to keep this AI on board and have to constantly supervise her or constantly mistrust her, or just get rid of it and let her be someone else's problem, or apply brakes?
Well, yeah, she also seems fairly uncooperative, so she has her own agenda.
Mm-hmm.
So if we were going to keep her, we'd have to take her apart anyway and figure out how she works.
We or someone who knows how to do that? Or
Yeah, we'd have to
is that
hire
something
somebody.
anyone could do? Okay.
We need somebody with skills in pre-tech or mal-tech.
Okay.
So our best option is probably to just sell it. Or we can
It's
probably
as
get the
is.
most. Yeah, we can probably get the most money actually if we could, modify it and then sell it.
But if we modified it, then it could just suit our purposes. But I mean,
Yeah.
it wouldn't give us money, but it would be useful. She can keep a ship running and whatever, and I don't know. It seemed like she said she couldn't pilot anything necessarily, but
We might be able to trade her.
yeah.
Find somebody with some pre-tech that we want and trade them an AI for it.
Mm.
Are AIs illegal, Harriel?
Yes. Highly illegal.
Are we going to come into lots and lots of trouble if someone finds out we've got an unbroken or even a broken AI?
Depends on who knows you have an AI.
Yeah, we could get in a lot of trouble if that AI was unbraked and the wrong people found out.
Like, break or unbraked, an AI is highly illegal in the 3-on sector. It is punishable by death in all planets.
And is that the entire of the map that we've got here?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Sell it on the black market to bigger
So-
criminals than us.
You can sell it. You can dismantle. You can do whatever you want to Natasha. Like Warren said, oh, it's a GMPC. It doesn't matter. It's just something in the world.
Exactly.
Just like you are. You're something in the world. So what you do to it will, of course, have consequences. You sell it, there might be consequences to it. You don't sell it, there might be another consequence to it.
Everything
You
we do is
break
going to
it.
bite us in the ass.
You break it or unbreak it. You know,
That's why I think it's better to
It's-
have it with us.
I vote to keep it.
And keep it a secret for as long as we're traveling around.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, we're going to be smuggling anyway.
True.
What are we going to use it for, though?
Exactly.
We'll find
Versus
out
how
what
much
she
money can we
specializes
get
in.
for it on the black market?
I understand, yes. I know.
If we keep it, we have to get her braked. So that's going to cost. But then we could keep it and potentially she could be useful. Or just sell her as is. Or have her braked and then sell her as, like something of higher quality.
Up to you guys.
Yeah. I'm not expecting an answer from you, Ariel.
Besides that, Albert, do you have your talk with Natasha? And if so, what do you two talk about?
I'd like to talk about her specialities and the fact that she's part of the crew now. She's here to protect us.
She smirks. Is this a job interview, Captain? Am I going to get paid?
What do you have that requires money?
Well,
She gotta pay the electric bill.
The world and any form of crew is a symbiotic relationship.
He says, I am an expert in computer systems, of course. I am programming in itself. I did give a bit of a challenge to whoever was hacking the Sydney's systems. Also, I am knowledgeable in technology and what you call pre-tech, as well as what you call post-tech. I am expert in both those. If you need another gun, I could probably shoot as well, though I do not stand by my accuracy. I am not made for combat.
I'm sure if we
if
took
your
enough
medical
time.
officer also needs some help, I could provide. But do not trust me with navigating a solar a sector.
It's fine. We have a pilot. I'd like you to think of us as family.
Family. Does family keep the other family members locked up or look at them with suspicion?
Yes.
There's a lot you need to learn about humans.
No, I don't say yes. I say
Has
like,
your family treated you like this? Locked you away and never looked at you?
Tell her about your family, Albert.
No, I didn't want to say that. I was just saying it humorously. You see, at the moment, you're a new member of our family. We have not known each other a long time, and yet we still don't fully trust each other. But we are a family nonetheless. We live together, we breathe together, we even poop together occasionally. While you might not do some of those things, we still share an environment together. We must have a symbiotic relationship. This is why we are a family.
I understand, I think. He looks a bit confused at what you just said. You know, she's clearly processing this information.
Yeah. The goal of any sentient being is to try and help as many of your other sentient beings as possible.
Yes.
Please don't kill us.
So
what you're trying to say is to not kill you in your sleep. Do not worry, I have no intention on doing that.
I wasn't exactly worried about that, but
I
thank you.
see that
Thank you
as
very much for clarifying.
not very productive in the long term.
Especially if you don't have the ability to pilot.
Exactly.
Yes, I'm safe.
For now.
Do you have any needs, Natasha?
Define need.
What do you want for? Now you're not able to go back to help your ship. We might be able to find a way because we may be going back in a month. We may be able to find a way to help some of your people that you were guarding. Maybe take them to a planet where they can live in peace. It is a hard task. We might be able to do it. Is this something you would want from us?
She goes quiet for 2 seconds and says, if we go back there in a month, the chances of the people I was protecting of being completely wiped out to a man are of 78%.
Well,
Fiddlesticks.
we've already been flying away. We're
I
not
know
going
that,
to be able to
Captain.
get back in time.
And as you humans said, I have made my peace with what's about to happen to those people.
Well, there is a 22% chance that some of them will survive. If we could get those and bring them to a planet to settle, would this please you?
I do not think they have the capabilities of surviving on a planet in normal societies anymore, unfortunately. As the generations went by, they've gone more and more deranged.
Well, then,
I'm afraid that these are the last few who hold even a spark of proper intelligence, let's say.
well
And
then, I commend you on being able to keep them safe for this long. But your efforts, while amazing and very good, have led to their demise, eventual demise. Even if you were to be able to keep their bodies safe, they've lost their minds.
I guess that even machines fail.
We're all fallible. There we go. So you're part of our crew now. We'll try to give you more respect. I shall speak to the others and make sure they realize that you are to be treated as an equal.
Thank you, Captain.
If you have any further problems, please come to speak to me.
Very well.
There we go. I go and speak to Raylan, see if he has any things going on.
So I'm probably in my bunk or whatever.
Yeah, like heavily drunk.
Yeah, almost passed out. Just looking at my
I'm just like poking you.
Do we get messages to the ship or something
Not in
email
Metaspace.
or? Okay.
Probably had some saved up from when you got to the last beacon.
Yeah, just flipping through that and looking at the old
Yeah.
downloaded
Raylan?
pictures and stuff.
Latest news from your system, they're not good when related to you. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. Well, I take another swig, from a whiskey bottle.
Yeah.
Just throw away the combat on the floor. And you knock on the door? Bill?
Knock on the door, yeah.
Yeah, I open.
Hello, Raylan. You've done exemplary jobs flying us around so far. Thank you for all of your effort. How are you doing this fine day?
He just, like, gives you the bottle and, just nods. Like, that's not good.
Oh, well, things can't always go to plan. I know you got hurt in the last mission, but I'll try and make reparations to you.
You fucking better.
What would you feel would make you feel better?
Money? Gear? Whatever?
We did pick up some very nice weapons.
Not
You
so
have your
interested
pick
in
of
weapons.
those. When you say gear,
Better stuff for flying this piece of shit.
we can do that. I can definitely make making this ship better a priority.
Yeah.
Does my words make you pleased, or is there more you ask of me?
Yeah, whatever. Just give me that bottle again. Wake me up when we get out of...
When we next go to Cardice, if I do go back to my my residence, when I next go back to my residence, we have a very fine selection of vintages of different alcohols. I'm sure I can find something for you if that would also please you.
Yes, very much. If you do this for me, we'll be squared. This feel.
A pleasure.
Mm.
Then I leave.
Okay. Cool. And eventually you guys arrive on Gunhild.
Dun dun
Okay.
dun.
On the 7th of February.
Can I have a word with Natasha and just let her know that her very existence is highly illegal and puts all our lives in jeopardy, so she's got to do her best to stay hidden and not make anyone aware of her presence.
She knows what you're talking about, and she says, I will remain in the ship until told otherwise.
Thank you.
Welcome, Apachin.
Okay.
So, how's the life support situation, Bermuda?
I've got days, money, and guns. I don't know, I don't have numbers for oxygen. Or like food.
Life support encompasses oxygen, food, water,
Yeah.
anything.
All I have is how many days we've been like getting around. So is like life support calculated from that?
It is.
It's day 38. I don't...
So it's 24 months for the total crew. That's 700. You have 720 days worth of life support.
Okay. I know
How
someone
many
was... What?
days have you been traveling?
38?
38 times the crew. You have 530 units of life support left. So you still have a lot. Just, be mindful that you might have a lot, but also resupplying all of that costs a lot. Will cost a lot.
I know that when we went to Cardice, someone talked about like resupplying the oxygen or whatever, but it was decided it was not necessary or something. Would you say 530 days remaining?
Mm-hmm.
And that's not actually 530 days, that's day for like one person, isn't it?
No, it's 530 total. And from those 530, you take out 5 for every day of travel.
That's what I mean. It's like one person could survive 530 days, but like 5 people are going to survive fewer than that.
Exactly. So 2 more days going into Gun Hill brings you to the 9th of February.
Okay.
And we'll leave it at that for today.
Yeah. Cool. So the first thing we've got to do next at the start of the next mission is get Leech to contact his man on Gunhild.
Mm-hmm. So, thank you guys for coming.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Hariel. And thank
Cheers,
you, viewers.
Hariel.
Thank you, viewers.
It's been a pleasure for everyone who's watched. Bye-bye.